Dear St. Francis.
Dear St. Francis.
Dear St. Francis.
Dear family.
Black Lives Matter.
Over my 4 years, I've seen and experienced numerous racist incidents in the classroom, during athletic and club events, as well as on social media. Minority students are discriminated against on the basis of language and appearance. We are taught a whitewashed version of history. We can combat this by reading books by minority authors in every English class, teach a more in-depth account of Black history, and teach the contributions of Black people. For too long, we have prioritized white comfort over change and accountability. We as a community need to make sure that both overt and covert racism is not socially acceptable at St. Francis in any form. For example, teachers and students should not be able to say racial slurs such as the N-word, even if it is in a book.
Even before freshman year classes had started, I filled out the tribes. I knew something. It was white girls to the front and brown and Black girls to the back. Now some of these girls were cordial and acknowledged you, but not too much, and others wouldn't even acknowledge you at all, not until you had something to give them, like a win on a sports team, or they could say a racist joke and it was okay because you were there, or the N-word pass. Because while they said they didn't have the intent, the word still is racist.
When the school would try to do their part, all with good intentions, students would turn it for the worst, asking to say the N-word after just having a discussion in class about racism, stereotypes, and the word itself.
As an African American student and athlete, I would like to see justice being done, especially with the recent racial inequality events that have been happening in my world, especially in the United States.
We cannot move forward as a society or as a St. Francis community until we confront the fact that systematic racism exists. We as a St. Francis community need to not only encourage all students, teachers, and faculty members to act with our BRIC values in line, but we need to make sure people that break those BRIC values and go against them are held accountable and punished accordingly.
As Holy Cross men and women, we need to show equity. We need to show that we are all one and it is not about race. And I know we can do that with our Catholic values, our Holy Cross values, together.
Make sure every racial issue, no matter how big or small, is dealt with properly. We need to educate our entire school community on racial issues and history to ensure that we see less problems in the future. The next incoming classes should not have to face even a fraction of what we might have experienced.
I believe together as a family and as all human beings, we should be able to fix this conflict, but we need everyone's help.
And finally, St. Francis, you have come a long way, but you have a long way to go. I'm rooting for you, so do what is right and not what is easy. Thank you for those who are pushing us forward. I love you and good luck.